to your feet for the anthems. Dear President, please step forward. have a prayer.
Assalamu alaikum to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Praise God to Christians. Okay. My name is Godfrey Agaba, the Guild President, Kampala International University. Let us humble ourselves for a prayer. Dear God, I want to thank you for our mighty institution, Kampala International University. I want to thank you for the gift of life which you have given to us. As we congratulate and affirm our graduates, we call upon you to be with us till the end. In the name of God, I've been able to pray.
You can take your seats. Can I invite the Chancellor to constitute this congregation? Can I invite the Chancellor to constitute this gathering into the 27th congregation of Kampala International University? The Chancellor, sir.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I constitute this assembly into a congregation of Kampala International University constituted for the purpose of awarding and conferring diplomas and degrees of Kampala International University.
Thank you. You should clap for that. Because academics is a cadre also on its own. If it was to be a gathering continuous, then we wouldn't have the ceremony take place. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor, sir. Mr. Chancellor, sir, can I take the honor to... First of all, as you may all realize, today is the maiden congregation for our Chancellor. I would like to introduce him to you. Our Chancellor, Professor Yunus Daud Mugaya, is a Professor Yunus Daud Mugaya is a professor of marine biology at the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. He obtained a Bachelor of Science in Zoology and Marine Biology from the University of Dar es Salaam in 1986. In 1989, he obtained a Master's in Fisheries Biology and Management from the University of British Columbia in Canada. Professor Mugaya, in 1991, joined the National University of Ireland, Galway, and obtained a PhD in Marine Agriculture by 1995. He has since then received several academic awards, including one from the Commonwealth and Irish government. He has published widely in his area of specialization. His publications include about 71 journal papers and 21 papers, edited conference proceedings. He has also published 3 multi-authored books and 14 book chapters. Professor Mugaya is an experienced administrator, having held various administrative positions in the University of Dar es Salaam, including the Dean of Faculty of Aquatic Science and Technology. He's been a Deputy Vice Chancellor, Planning, Finance and Administration. He has also served as Executive Secretary of the Tanzania Commission for Universities, the equivalent of the National Council of Higher Education here. And currently, he serves as the Director General for the National Institute of Medical Research. Professor Mugaya has served as Chairperson of a Board of Trustees of Marine Parks and Reserves Unit, Chairperson of Board of Directors in Tanzania Fisheries Research Institute, Chairperson of Board of Directors of the Ministerial Advisory Board on Drilling and Dam Construction. Professor Mugaya has recently been appointed by the Vice President's Office to serve as the champion for Northern Mozambique Channel Initiative and the founding member of the Vice Chairperson of the National Environment Trust Fund. Internationally, he serves as a member of the Board of Trustees for the International Foundation of Science based in Stockholm, Sweden, of which he is also a member of the Executive Committee. If I continue reading about the professor, I think we'll spend a day here. But just to state that we are proud as KIU to be associated with the CV of such an outstanding person, and please join me to welcome this giant of a man, Professor Mugaya, our new Chancellor of Kampala International University. Mr. Chancellor, sir, just to make brief introductions, that our special guest on this occasion, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, is ably represented by the Honorable Judith Nabakova, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Planning. Honorable Judith, welcome you. There would be no better choice to represent the High Excellency, the Vice President here. We are very happy to associate with your success also. Mr. Chancellor, sir, also allow me introduce to the congregation the new chairperson of the University Council of KIU. This is equally going to be her maiden function in KIU in that capacity as chairperson. Professor Maud Kamatenisi Mujisha. Please welcome her. Briefly about Professor Maud Kamatenisi Mujisha, she studied botany and zoology in Makerere University, where she graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree. She has done a postgraduate diploma in education from Makerere, her Master of Science in Environment and Natural Resource Management degree, and doctorate of philosophy in medical ethnobotany and ethnopharmacology were obtained also from Makerere University. She was recruited as a teaching assistant. She has gone through the classship in the university, but from 1998 till 2000, she served as lecturer and head of department and head of department for Fisheries Extension Education and Administration in the Fisheries Institute at Entebbe. Mr. Chancellor, sir, KIU is proud to associate with Professor Maud Kamatenisi taking over as the new chairperson of council, and we have a lot of hope in her stay with us. Please also receive her with a big hand clap. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I'll make few introductions of the special guests who are here, but just to note that it's not by design, but I would like to, in a special way, to introduce the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Alhaji Hassan Basaja Baraba. Please receive him with a hand clap. Every time he's introduced, you see people developing giraffe necks because they are stretching to the autotrophs up to see the giant of a man behind whose vision is this great university. Thank you for, even in business and investment, prioritizing education, that Ugandans or humanity can receive education for their own betterment. At the appropriate time, the chairperson of council will introduce the members of council. The chairperson of the Board of Trustees will introduce the members of the Board of Trustees. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in a special way, I want to thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Muhammad Mpezamihigo, and his team, Dr. Janice, Dr. Sophie, and the others for making this function this colorful and possible. They have spent sleepless nights here working so hard. Of course, I can't forget the Estates Department, Madam Irene, Madam Flavia, and your team. Thank you very much. I think we are now ready to start the function. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in our midst, we are happy to host Professor Ismail Jagenda, the rector of IUIU. He has come here to associate with us. Professor, you're welcome. Mr. Chancellor, sir, In our midst, we have Dr. Jennifer Twebaze from National Council of Higher Education. Please receive her. We have the Academic Registrar of African Rural University also here with us, Mr. Chancellor, sir. We also have Justice Asaf Ruhinda Nteje, the retired Chief Judge of Industrial Court. I expected the lawyers to know him better than us. Mr. Chancellor, you know him? Then clap for him, please, rightly. Mr. Chancellor, sir, we have Associate Professor Nsubuga Haruna from Equator University of Science and Technology. We have Dr. Amos Mwesji and Dr. Ndetune Mathias, the cow of Ntungamo. I was informed one of the alumni of KIU, the Honorable, as a member of Parliament from Kagoma, is also here. Is one of our alumni. Welcome him. We are happy to associate with the successes of our alumni. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in brief, Mr. Chancellor, sir, for the graduates, and all those who are holding booklets, I would like you to go to page 1, page 01. But before page 01 is the pre-page which contains the program for today. And after these brief introductions, we'll invite the different people to address this congregation. Mr. Chancellor, sir, on page 44, and I would like those with the graduating males contributing about 55%. We have 1,090 graduating from science-related programs, that's contributing about 43%, and the non-science-related programs about 57%. The main campus of this graduation is contributing 46%, and the Western campus has metamorphosed to contribute 54% of the graduating class. Can I now take the honor to invite the Vice Chancellor to make his address to this congregation. Please receive him with a thunderous clap. Dr. Mahmoud Mpezamhigo, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Our MC, Honorable Abbas Agaba, who is the university orator, is a legislator, if you want to know. He's been in Parliament and is still doing national duties. We thank you for allocating time, sir. Our chief guest, Your Excellency, Honorable Jessica Eperu Alupo, ably represented by Honorable Judith Navakoba, the Chancellor, Professor Yunus Mugaya. Yeah, so he's there. There are other Vice Chancellors. Please pass a note, organize you. The one of Nkumba sent a representative and apologized. Deputy Vice Chancellors, Principals, Deans, Directors, Heads of Departments of the KIU Management, my team, academic and administrative staff of this university, both here and the Western Campus, our distinguished guests, our very important guests in your various capacities, Your Excellency, the Guild President of this university and your union leadership, the alumni of Kampala International University, our continuing students, and you, our greatest guests, the graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 27th graduation of Kampala International University. Our chief guest, I take this opportunity to welcome you and thank you for accepting to officiate at this ceremony. We thank the Almighty God for enabling each one of us to witness this day to celebrate the achievement of students, staff, guardians, and sponsors. While you celebrate as graduates, we too celebrate because it's proof of our deliverable. We have done our part, we are delivering you today, so we are all celebrating. We are aware as well that some of your dear colleagues were unable to reach this far. Some passed on, others were limited in terms of finances, others dropped out. As you are aware, we still carry the after effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown that was subsequent to that. At this moment, our chief guest, I wish to warmly welcome our newly appointed Chancellor, Professor Yunus Mugaya, who we know as a great scholar, academic leader, and administrator. Today will be his maiden graduation to preside over. The university management wishes to extend its sincere thanks to Professor Mahmoud Mamdan, who is the immediate past KIU Chancellor, for his stewardship while he served. We all remember that his tenure was the most challenging due to the COVID extended lockdown and other related limitations. In fact, Professor Mahmoud Mamdan was virtually installed as a chancellor, and he also executed his duties virtually for most part of his tenure. We continue to pray for his good health and continuity of his global scholarly achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to also welcome Professor Maud Kamatene Simjisha. Please wave, the newly appointed chairperson of the University Council, and wish her the best in her new role in this great. Professor Fred Wawire Mangen, the outgoing council chairperson, for his tremendous contribution in the 8 years he served. He has indeed left a positive, outstanding legacy. For the four I have mentioned, the outgoing chancellor and chairperson of council and the incoming chairperson of council and chancellor, please refer to the KIU Giraffe Times that you have. You will read their bios, the details are there for you to be able to appreciate the caliber of people that the Board of Trustees has brought to join us in steering this university to the greatest heights possible. Our chief guest, you may wish to know that KIU continues to make tremendous strides in research, innovations, and entrepreneurship, and maintaining its position as the overall second best ranked and leading private university in Uganda and in the East African region. With the realization that most of the brilliant and innovative ideas originate from you, the young people, under the mentorship of your supervisors, the KIU management, with guidance from the Board of Trustees, the University Council, and all other organs of the university, is focused on strengthening the Center of Excellence in Entrepreneurship and Innovation to ensure that innovations can be turned into commercial products and services. I encourage the KIU students and the entire youth of we survived the COVID-19. We delivered 3 graduation functions. You continued learning. You also did exams online. The university never stopped. For that, I request we applaud the chairman. Our staff continue to receive continuous training through the capacity development programs. We are also particularly now focused on enhancing their capacity to write and win grants, join collaborative projects, and increase on our output in publication, innovation, and community impact. I also take this opportunity to thank the Yunus and You Foundation for funding a very successful project that has empowered secondary school and university students, those that dropped out of school, and several community organizations in northern Western, Central, and Eastern region of Uganda. KIU has championed this project and is indeed grateful to the Yunus Social Business Center in Bangladesh and its partners. The university has a permanent Yunus Center for Social Business, and I therefore call upon all continuing students and those who are about to graduate to please return to that center and enroll for short courses, skilling, and competence training. I'm also pleased to inform you of the completion of a very significant and relevant project, the NUFIC Digital Innovation and Skills Hub project, in which KIU served as a Dutch partner with Tilburg University in the Netherlands as the principal coordinating institution. Youth in their thousands received training in skills that are going to be turning points in their lives. We are indeed grateful to NUFIC and partners for supporting this project, particularly so that it was implemented during the most difficult time of the COVID-19 lockdown. We congratulate all partners and those involved in this project, and KIU emerged high in being a very good partner with our European partners to implement this project. Our chief guests, ladies and gentlemen, in your respective capacities, I wish to inform you that the misconception about the so-called expiry of academic programs and degrees has since been cleared by the National Council for Higher Education. Those claps are not enough, because some of you were busy asking me and my team whether what we are going to award you today will be recognized. We do have the representative of the Executive Director of the National Council for Higher Education, Dr. Onyait. Please stand up so that they can see you as testimony that these people and their programs, the word expiry has actually expired. So we are not interested in knowing more about it. And actually, I have authored a full page, an extended article on this matter in the Giraffe Times. You'll be able to see that. Get time and read it so that you can also explain to those who may still be lost in space about this matter. But we are thankful to the National Council that came out clearly and clarified the matter. So feel at home. Just continue with your missions and plans to study and graduate. Our chief guests, as a university, we did take lead to prove that the use of the word expiry was inappropriate and not supported by the legal regime of the law that governs higher education in Uganda. Our position on this matter was fully backed by the government of Uganda in the names of the Attorney General, Honorable Chiriowa Chiwanuka. I rest assure our past, continuing and prospective students that the university runs accredited academic programs and will continue to ensure that all our KIU programs meet contemporary requirements and are up to speed with global changes. We wish to affirm that KIU will remain ahead of the other institutions in terms of academic program development, delivery, and enhancement, so that you, our products, are the most competitive in the job market and the champions of either creating your own work or being very good employees when you get the jobs. I wish to congratulate our several staff who have attained higher ranks through the KIU robust promotion system. I invite all the other staff to also work harder to take advantage of their career progression. At this moment, let me also thank all our staff who have since been appointed in different managerial, administrative, and academic positions within the university and in the service of public or private sectors. I want particularly to inform you that our own Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Finance and Administration, Professor Janice Businje, please stand up, has been appointed as the Vice Chairperson, the Deputy Chairperson of the Research Education Network of Uganda. This is your main supplier, service provider for internet and related services, and they did a very excellent job during the lockdown. They allowed access, they increased bandwidth, and you were able to, we were able to deliver to you whatever you expected from us. So congratulations, Professor Janice. There are other members of this university that have been appointed on various bodies. They belong to commissions, to agencies, private and public, which is a significant sign that KIU is indeed recognized and is producing citizens who are contributing positively to the development of this country. Today, as already mentioned by our Master of Ceremonies, today we are graduating 2,530. However, yes, clap for yourselves. Thank you. More than 400 of you with significant financial balances were unable to actually make it to the list. I'm sure even while you are seated there, some of you know that you were cleared to graduate but not take your academic documents because you have some acceptable balance. We expect that in the coming days you raise the balance and come and collect your academic documents. KIU is one of the very few institutions that would allow anybody to graduate even when they still have a balance. For that, we should clap. I hope that is a sign of acceptance, because we allowed some of you, we allow some of you to do exams. You did exams, you came pleaded, we allowed you to do exams, you passed, and some of you are graduating. We expect you to fulfill the part of your bargain so that you can collect your academic documents. Out of the 2,530, 55% are males. Our chief guest, we still want to raise this percentage so that it turns around, so that there are more female graduates in our next graduation, hopefully. So we call upon agencies that can assist the needy. We have so many. In fact, this is even happening despite the fact that the Board of Trustees provides so many bursaries. There isn't a university in this country that gives as many bursaries as KIU. At least clap for that. I'm sure where you are seated, a huge percentage among you still received bursaries, but our situation is well known, our economic situation. So we appeal to agencies, organizations to come to the rescue of our needy but brilliant students so that they are able, especially our female students who may be also diverted by other factors and forces. I would like also to thank Western Campus, the DVC Western Campus. Frank Haruza, please stand up. Clap for him. They have, this time around, decided to surpass the main campus, so they have taken the biggest share. 54% of the graduates today are from the Western Campus. And in terms of science and arts, we are still trailing. The sciences are at 43%. We still want to turn this around in line with the government agenda to support science, technology, and innovation. I want to congratulate the PhD graduates. Please stand up so that they can see you. Doctor of Philosophy. These are now at the helm of their academic career. Congratulations. There are 8 of them. Some are in absentia, and you can have a seat. Some are getting their PhDs today in biochemistry, counseling psychology, conflict resolution and peace building, and in management science. So those of you who are upcoming, you finish your undergraduate, you'll be doing your masters, you should put on a different gown like the one you are seeing there. I want to say congratulations to the first class graduates. Please stand up for recognition. And the names, because of time, the names are in the booklet on page 44. We want to congratulate you for making sure that you beat your colleagues peacefully and distinguishing yourselves from the rest. The world is out there waiting for you to indeed see if you are a first-class material. If you are first class, you should be first class in the world of work, in character, because soon we'll be telling you that you have proved that you are, but then you still have a responsibility to keep that and even get better. So congratulations, and we are all proud of you. Later on, you'll be able to see the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs. Once we have an interlude, they'll be able to give you your certificate of merit so that you can at least put it somewhere in your house or your home and show everybody that you are a first-class material. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to congratulate all the other graduates for making it this far. You have sacrificed your all, and therefore you have the duty to protect this award being obtained today. Reflect about your colleagues who have been unable to complete their studies for one reason or another. Wherever you go, be generous to others. For giving is the best way to save. When you give, you are saving. So my message to you, ladies and gentlemen who are graduating today, be kind, be generous. We are in very difficult times. Share the little that you have. In that way, you will have saved, not only for the good of relationships, but also for the future. Who knows what will happen when you meet a colleague you assisted when you are also in need. But don't expect anything from anyone. Give for the sake of a good heart. As I wind up, let me appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, most sincerely, the different organs of the university, the top being the Board of Trustees. I want to tell you that we enjoy, as management, a very excellent relationship with our Board of Trustees. It's not very common. We do not have any gap. Anytime we interact, anytime he gets ideas with his Board of Trustees, we are just a call away. He's also a call away. For that, I request that we applaud him once again and the Board of Members. I want to thank the University Council and my management team, the Senate, senators, and academic boards. Please stand up. The ladies and gentlemen here, please stand up for recognition. These are the people in the kitchen preparing you. Give them a clap, please. Recognize them. They work so hard. Thank you very much. The deans, principals, heads of departments, and directors, teaching and non-teaching staff, our security, those who maintain the best and the most clean campus around, those who keep guard around us properties, the ones who are working the estates, the campus administration, both here and Western Campus. You can see teams that are doing the ushering. Our team from the Western Campus, we thank you very much, and we hope that this spirit will continue. We continue to work with our partners on setting up model communities. KIU will soon identify a community, and we will go in full blast to try and set up social services in education, in health, and improving the infrastructure so that we become impactful. And the immediate selected area is the Ishaka area for obvious reasons, because of the massive hospital that we have there and the campus and the upcoming infrastructure. So this is another process that we are undertaking so that we can roll it out to other places of the country. Let me take this opportunity to thank the government of Nigeria for its continued support of the TAC. These are Technical Aid Corps volunteers. Recently, 18 of them finished their tenure of service, 2 years, and went back. We are expecting another batch. We would like to thank them. We want to thank all our international staff, new and old, who have joined this university. And I want to say we would like to continue with this spirit. I once again appreciate all my staff teams at both campuses that always make this university a winner through their relentless efforts. Live long, my students. Live long, my staff. Live long, KIU stakeholders. I look forward to continue my leadership role at this university and drive it to the highest heights possible. I thank you very much.
Please give another round of applause to Professor Mpeza for the wonderful speech, and thank you for running this university in administration. The next speaker will be the chairperson of the University Council. We are trying to make sure we abridge the program such that we don't take long. But maybe before she comes, I just wanted to make one statement just regarding the statement of the Vice Chancellor about the expired courses. I think just a misplacement of a word caused a national pandemonium, and the whole nation went on tenterhooks about academic courses in Uganda. Take it easy. It was just a misuse of the word. The Attorney General has already explained, and National Council of Higher Education has put it right. No course is accredited and it expires. But time comes when they can be reviewed. But review is not tantamount to expiry. But that clarification has been made. So just feel at home that whatever you are covering is valid, and KIU is one of the accredited universities offering valid and accredited courses. May I now invite the chairperson of the University Council to come and make her statement. Please receive her. Welcome her.
Thank you very much, MC. And as you stated it, in the interest of time, I will not go through all the protocols and all the speech. It is in the booklet, so you will get it there. Our chief guest, Her Excellency Honorable Jessica Rupo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, represented here by Honorable Minister Judith Nabakova. The Chancellor, Professor Eunice Mugaya, the Excellencies, Ambassadors, parliamentarians, and I recognize one of them, Honorable Mawanda, who is also a Vice Chair Council. May you also stand up for recognition. And members of Council, in the interest of time, may you stand up for recognition. Members of Council. Yes, those are the members of Council. You are most welcome. And the Chairman, Board of Trustees. Chairman, Board of Trustees. Alhaji, Dr. Hassan Basaja Baraba, and the board members. Vice Chancellor and your team. Vice Chancellor, your deputies, please stand up for recognition once again and wave. Thank you very much. The entire community of Kampala International University, in your respective capacities, the students, the alumni, those who have or who are graduating today, our parents, protocols observed. To our guest of honor, with great pleasure and thankfulness, allow me to welcome you heartily to Kampala International University on this great day, 17th of June, 2023, for the 27th graduation. You deserve a very big hand clap. To you graduates, you are the very reason for today's milestone of your success story that you are celebrating. And also, to me as the new chairperson of council and my team, we are really esteemed and honored being part of you. They have already introduced me, but I have my husband here, Dr. Baramujisha. May you stand up for the recognition? Yes. And as I have told you, I was in service in Makerere University for many years, since 1993 to 2014. I left Makerere University at the rank of associate professor, and I was the Dean School of Biological Sciences. Then I went to Bishop Stuart University in Western Uganda. I was the Vice Chancellor for 9 years. And by the grace of God, now I'm here in KIU to the glory of God. Thank you. So our guest of honor, I want to really appreciate the staff of KIU for the great work they have done to nurture the minds of these great graduates today. We really appreciate you and we'll continue to thank you. And to our graduates, please be encouraged that graduation is not the zenith of your academic journey. You have just started today. So you know that great is there. Face the future with the zeal, determination, resilience, and be ready to succeed. Be ready to do what? Succeed. From the Vice Chancellor's remarks and the booklet, you have seen that the gender divide is narrowing down. 43 females are graduating, and what is key, me as a scientist, is that the Western campus, then the women who are scientists, the numbers have increased. You deserve a very big hand clap. Yes, and I'm sure Ministry of Education is happy to take note of that. I sit on the board of UBTEB. We are finding numbers of girls who are in sciences at UBTEB, they are less than 27. Now in the university KIU, we are talking of 43%. Females who are in sciences, that's a very big achievement that we need to celebrate. And thank parents for supporting them. And you, the men, don't be discouraged. You're already there. Now it means you are going to marry quality women of substance with degrees who are well trained and groomed. So you are going to contribute to national building better. Dear parents, guardians, families, friends, mentors, and sponsors, we really appreciate you for your unwavering support and encouragement that you've provided our graduates today to make sure they have accomplished their journey. May we clap for the parents. Graduates, you should clap for your parents for the great work they have done. The sponsors, people who have supported you. And as a testimony to this, I also take note of appreciating the chairman, board of trustees, and the entire KIU community. They have supported some of you. The other day when we were installing the chancellor, one of the girls was here trying to move around to look for chairman to say thank you for giving her a scholarship. The girl came in tears. I don't know why this lady is. Even the chairman was happy, even gave her money. The girl was in tears, really appreciating the scholarship that KIU gives. To know that KIU has gone into the communities all over Uganda, we really appreciate and thank Board of Trustees. Of course, KIU is leading, as we've heard, #1 in private universities, 2nd in Uganda, as far as webometrics rankings, and this has increased our visibility and impact. But also, as council, this is our take that we shall support you management to ensure you continue doing very well, give you a neighboring environment, and to our students, Senate, all academic staff, and every staff of KIU, you count on our support as council to make sure you continue delivering even to greater heights. I also want to thank the KIU alumni. The alumni, you make KIU. We stand together to say the heights that have been explored. In every office you go to, almost you find a KIU alumni. And this is something that we should celebrate. Yes, clap for that. KIU, you are all over. And KIU is embracing the mud sector, and everyone can belong to KIU has made it stand out. That's why you see the rankings are very high. So we need to celebrate that. So the alumni who have been there, for you today you are joining them. I believe you are going to light the candle, and at the same time, you are going to ensure KIU's name remains high, and you will always give the best. KIU Council further appreciates all of you today for coming to our function. We appreciate government for the enabling environment, partners, religious leaders, political leaders, development partners, friends of KIU, all the well-wishers, and all our networks and partners. We really acknowledge you. In conclusion, and on behalf of Board of Trustees and Council, the entire University Council of KIU, we extend our deepest congratulations to the graduating class today. As you step out into the world, armed with knowledge and armed with determination, I don't doubt that you will really make the society a great place. I don't doubt your power, your capacity to transform. With the capacity we have given you, the critical thinking skills you have, the abilities you have acquired from KIU, you are going to excel. And on this lighter note, I was meeting someone as a new chair council. You continue to explore and meet several people. I met one person who sits on many boards and interviews. He asked me, my husband is my witness, he said, KIU students, they are doing very well in interviews. How are you training them? So that is something very powerful, meaning that you have excelled. In hospitals, we have asked people, you doctors, that KIU doctors, you are doing great work wherever you are going. And I think it is because of the training that you have received, being in all these regional hospitals. That means you are destined to greater heights. And may your journey be fulfilled with endless opportunities, remarkable achievements, profound fulfillment, and may the blessings of the Lord Almighty be with you all the days of your lives. I want to give you a quote from Psalm 37, verse 34. Delight yourselves in the Lord, and He will give you all the desires of your heart. Congratulations. Go forth and make you proud. Bravo. Keep exploring greater heights. God bless you. I think that's enough.
Please give another round of applause to our chairperson of council and her maiden speech. Thank you, chairperson. We have two groups of students who have been rehearsing to do entertainment today. I'm wondering whether they are ready. The Somali group and the Nkobazambogo group. Okay, please get sorted, get ready, because you should be able to step forward shortly. Can I now invite the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Haji Hassan Wasajabaraba, to come and make his statement. Please welcome him. He will also introduce the members of the Board of Trustees who are here, whom he works with. Please receive him again with a hand clap. Haji, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. To cut in the interest of time, as the chairperson of council has said, first of all, I wanted, of course, to welcome our guest of honor, the Vice President, our Chancellor, members of council, and all members invited and students. I don't want to follow the protocol because the time is against us. I don't want to speak a lot. I'm not the person who speaks a lot, but I will try to speak, because I am happy that we have got Professor Yunus Mugaya as our Chancellor, of Kampala International University, the 4th Chancellor of Kampala International University. Although Professor Yunus Mugaya has been introduced, I thought that I should talk about him. One is the process he went through to become the Chancellor. But before that, I was asked to introduce my colleagues, the members of the Board of Trustees. You can stand up for recognition. Members of the board, thank you. Honorable Mwanda is there, Ambrose Chibuka, and Musa Basajja Baraba, they are here. I don't want to speak a lot, but I wanted to talk about the process which was fought arrive on Professor Yunus Mugaya. After the expiry of the tenure of the outgoing Chancellor, Professor Mahmoud Mamdan, we went ahead to look for a new Chancellor. We composed a team of 5 people to look at the proposed names which we got through secondments and otherwise. And these were Professor Erika Tunguka, the Vice Chancellor of Chambogo University, Chairperson of National Council for Higher Education. I don't know whether he's here. He's not here. Honorable Mary Karoro Okrut, she was a member. Professor Waswa Barinywa was a member. Professor Yasin Olum was a member. Now, when we gave them 7 people, we gave them 7 people with their CVs without names. They selected round 1, they gave us 3 names. I told them, no, 3 names are too many, reduce them to 2. They went back and reduced them to 2. They gave us 2 people. Professor Yunus Mugaya was among the 2 people. I asked them, no, we don't want 2, we want 1. They went back, they gave us 1 name, which was Professor Yunus Mugaya. So that was the criteria that was used to arrive at Professor Yunus Mugaya. And Professor Yunus welcome in KIU, and the staff of KIU, Agaba and the Vice Chancellor, they have talked about Professor Yunus Mugaya. Professor Yunus Mugaya has gone through all around the university, from teaching assistant, assistant lecturer, head of department, dean, deputy vice chancellor. He was the chairman, the ED, like ED here of National Council of here in Tanzania. Then she's now the Director General of Research in Tanzania. So that one is, I don't know what is equivalent to here, but I told me that it is you add all the researches, the national researches that we have in Uganda, so he's the head of them. Now, if you go on Google Scholar, Professor Yunus Mugaya in East Africa is like number 11 on Google Scholar. He has about 3,700 citations, and all those citations are in high impact journals. So he's not a simple person, a small person. So, and members of the staff in Kampala International University, I request you that you learn from him, because he's a good man. I have known him for like 10 years. He's a very good man, and he's committed, and he doesn't have intrigue. So members of Kampala International University, the 3 people that you have, Professor Yunus Mugaya, Professor Maudaka Matenesi, and Professor Mpeza, it is a golden chance. Learn from them. You will not just get them elsewhere. In fact, if I am not mistaken, we may be having the best team in the region. Likewise, also, I will ask Professor, your experience. We are now number 2 in the country. The good thing, as I told you yesterday, last year we had 120 citations. We were number 2. Makerere had 155 citations. That was the previous academic year. It was 260 citations, 255 citations. It was ahead of us by about 130. 130 last year. As we speak now, yesterday when I was talking to the director of research, he told me that Makerere University is at 260, almost 260. We are at 150. The gap is narrowing. It is narrowing, and I believe, Professor, with your ability, with Professor Mauda Kamatenis and our Vice Chancellor, we can narrow this gap within the period of 2 years. We can manage this gap in a period of 2 years to be number one in Uganda. And if we are number one in Uganda, we are number 1 to number 2 in East Africa, we are number 4 to number 5 in East and Central Africa, we are number 9 to number 15 in Africa. However, we are not going to achieve that unless also staff gives a hand, because the biggest portion which is pushing us those numbers is research. Staff. I don't know, Professor Nakavuma, what you are going to do, because for me my suggestion would be part of it, of those publications, staff wants to publish because they want to get promotions. And when you look at our, as I have already talked to you today, when you look at our promotions guidelines, staff are promoted based on the number of publications, not number of the strength of a publication. So I would ask you, Professor Nakavuma, if you can look at that. Instead of having 9 publications with the 120 citations, we promote someone with 5 publications with the same citations. I don't know how that works, academicians, but me as a person in business, I would go for high quality and better cost. So that would help us to move fast, to reach where we are going. Number two, it is on the grants. Because this one, Professor Yunus Mugaya, in fact I would ask you that, I want to request you, during your term of office, with Professor Mauda Kamatenis and our Vice Chancellor, I kindly request you, if we can move from the grants that we are getting to $12 million, if we are getting 3 now, if we can get $12 million, now I was told that Mbarara is at about 7 and 7.5. If you can go 12, we shall be number 1 the following day. So, meaning staff must work very hard to get those $12 million, because we've been submitting about 100 and about 50, that's about 300, about 30 grants applications per month. So with your support, if you can go to 50, because the winning of the grant is about 10%. If you can get 50 per month, and we get 5 per month, we can reach at $12 million. That is 1. 2, I wanted to request the government. Honorable Nabakoba, this is your message. 4 years ago, we had a problem with government of Uganda. 4 years ago, about around 2017, 2018. The government of Uganda is holding private universities on certain grants. Like we had a problem on the grants that the Professor Mpeza has talked about from NOFIC. NOFIC in Uganda government, they had signed with the Dutch government in NOFIC that private universities in Uganda should not benefit. That was in 2017. We tried to negotiate here with the PSST, it could not work. We tried to talk to them, it could not work, until when I went to Netherlands, and I caused the scuffle for all of us to lose the whole NOFIC grant. Then government was compelled to sit down with us. They opened that, now we are getting NOFIC. And for you people, private universities who are here, you can now apply to NOFIC and get a grant. because government was holding it until when we made it hard for them also, then we also entered in. Now, Madam Minister, there is these grants which we are getting in East Africa, they are coming from like 5 major players in grants. And one of them is SIDA. SIDA, government is still holding it, that private should not get it. I didn't know that, I got to know it yesterday. Next week, I'm starting that war, up to the president. If we don't want, now I think it is leveling the ground, Madam Minister. Let's level the ground, we play the football, private and public, then we see. And you private universities, the members who are here, where are the private universities? I don't know what you are doing. Where is the executive secretary, Professor? Who? Professor Ugujo. You make a team amongst yourselves. For example, if KIU has a curriculum for PhD in medicine, why do you have to go and again make another curriculum? And we sign an agreement, you start running a PhD in medicine. Isn't it? Because getting a PhD in medicine accredited like what we have in KIU, it will take you like 5 years. It has taken us 12 years to get accreditation for pathology, a Master of Science in pathology, an MMed in pathology, to be allowed to be run in KIU. So private universities work together, make a team, because as government it is doing now. If a staff is in Makerere, he can be posted to Wustema, he can be posted to here. Private universities, I am emphasizing, you work together and get out of this. And that's when government will listen to you. Then, Madam Minister, my request would be those grants where private, because it is government which can open those grants, like SIDA. And it doesn't, I don't know why that one was also signed for, because I don't know why government had communicated that to SIDA, that private institutions do not get certain grants from certain organization, they should be given, and it is government here. So my request, Madam, from here, that's why we had invited the Vice President, is to help us without hurdle, is to help us. We don't want to add another problem on homosexual globally, but we want to request you that you open that such that also private institutions can benefit. Because like now, there is no private institution which can train 100 PhD students overseas. Because SIDA is the biggest fund on capacity building. You either get it from Makerere or you get it from Bara. Even I don't know that the other institutions are getting it on SIDA. So, Madam Vice President, I request you that you make the ground leveled for both private, because we are training Ugandans. There is no reason of saying now this one should get this, the other one should not get it. So I leave that with you as government, as we are developing our people. On the ranking, the Vice Chancellor has already talked about the ranking. I have also talked about it. Professor and the Chancellor, the one entering is my mother. She turned 84 2 months ago. So she has also come to attend now. On the ranking, we have talked about it, and I have emphasized the Professor, the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor. Mauda Kamatenes, they didn't introduce you very well, because Mauda Kamatenes was the Vice Chancellor of Bishop. I think she has talked about herself. But she's also a very strong woman and a scientist. Professor Mugai is a very strong guy and a scientist. The Vice Chancellor is a very strong guy and a scientist. There is no reason why we don't become #1 by 2025. Please. On staff development, in fact, the reason why I opt and we opt to give staff development is that most of our staff that we have developed have been very useful, both in our university and outside the university. I was talking to Professor Nakavuma because some of the students were taught by her. I was telling her in Kabale University, the heads of departments in biomedical sciences, out of 5 departments, 3 were our students. The deputy dean of the medical school in Kabale, he was our student. Our dean today, he's our student. So it doesn't matter if we get access to anything, it will also help Ugandans, and Ugandans will benefit. If you go to Mbarara University, 2 heads of departments were our students. They are not rejected because they studied in KIU and they are not supposed to go to government. In Lira, the medical school which is being inspected, I think next week, about 5 out of 9 were our students. So, Madam Minister, I request you, you support private because all of us we are supporting our country. On bursaries, the Vice Chancellor has talked about the bursaries. This year we are graduating 6,200, that was my calculations. Total there will be about 6,000, about 6,500 students. Out of those, 2,000 are studying on KIU scholarships. That's a very strong achievement, and I'm happy with that. And the reason why I keep on telling our Vice Chancellor to give these scholarships and deputy vice, sometimes they say we have given too much. During the crisis in Kenya, we had 4 students whose families were all killed. One of the students, he came to me. Actually, he was in Bushenyi. He was a medical student. That was in 2006, 6 or 7 there. Now, this student found me coming out of my gate of my house. He pleaded, he said, my family, he had a sister, he had a young sister. He pleaded to me, he said, I have a problem. My family was killed. I found it was true. The family of those 2 boys, the boy and the girl. The boy was doing medicine, the girl was doing pharmacy. We supported them. We supported them. We supported them. They finished their first degrees. After finishing their first degrees, the boy, we had a dean by then, Professor Nshaho, who started our medical school. He was advised to do a Master of Science in Medical Physiology. He proceeded with his Masters. He finished his Masters in Medical Physiology. He went to University of Nairobi. He got a PhD in University of Nairobi. Now this boy, he's the Deputy Principal, College of Health Sciences in University of Nairobi. That's a strong achievement. I am happy that if it was a mistake and we had left these people, we would have lost. Then another group, also at the same time, one was doing medicine, another one was doing medical laboratory science. I went to Nairobi with my mother. My mother was sick. When I reached in Nairobi, this boy just got a paper in a computer. Then he came looking for my mother. He saw Basaja Baraba. He came looking for my mother. I found the boy I helped from I could not even remember. He had done cardiology. And my mother got a heart attack. She got a heart attack accidentally. The same boy, he was the one on the ward. And I think if he wasn't there, my mother would not be there. So, that's why we are keeping supporting our people. We are keeping supporting everybody, even in capacity building. Now, our acting deputy vice chancellor, academic affairs, she's part of the staff development who enjoyed the PhDs on staff development, Dr. Sophie. Our deputy vice chancellor in Dar es Salaam, academic affairs, Urbans, he's also part of the group that enjoyed that staff development. So I don't have any regret in giving that, and we shall keep giving it until when all of us, now we have reached in Kenya. You know what I first did? I did at my district, in my Greater Bushenyi district. I was with Professor Kabwejire. Unfortunately, he's not here. I told him, let's develop a doctor, a nurse, and a pharmacist on every parish. Now, as we speak now, we have a doctor in Greater Bushenyi, a nurse, and a pharmacist on every, no, sub-county, we are still at sub-county. Now, this year, we are starting, I was talking to Honorable Karora, in fact, I'm going to involve also Honorable Mawanda. We are starting on a parish. On a parish, such that what if I get stuck now, I'm in Bushenyi, I get a doctor to treat me. So, we shouldn't give up to help our children, to help our students, to help the Ugandans, to help East Africans. And for that matter, I'm requesting you, Madam Deputy President, you make it easier for us, and you level the ground, including National Council also, you give us a leveled ground also. Because the National Council, when they go to public, sometimes they say, they can be running, but we shall see. When they come to private, I don't know whether Dr. Nya is here. I saw him here. Because he was in Bushenyi during the inspection of the PhD in medicine. Now, when they reached at us, they said, look here, we wanted so many doctors with PhDs, we wanted this, we wanted that. Now, when I looked at what they imposed to us, I looked at our neighbors, what we were imposed us to be, I checked they don't have, but they are running the same program. So, National Council also level the ground, such that all of us we go at the same level. And by the way, I wish National Council can go to Tanzania. Tanzania is really managing, it is regulating. It is regulating because the University of Dar es Salaam, I was shocked. University of Dar es Salaam was instructed to close the medical school, and it took it to another place. But here, instead of, I don't think that they can do that. They will say now, let's hold on, let's wait. Now, even this thing of expired program, I was talking to someone, he told me, but this war is a war from Makerere. I asked myself now, how are we now getting mixed up? And that one has costed us, National Council. It is going to cost Ghana because you need to do a lot of talking, because we shall get very few foreigners this year if you don't do a lot of talking, because nobody will talk for us. Even Makerere, you'll get a problem, because if you look at that document which was put in the public, it was against Makerere. So, National Council, you need to do a lot of talking, control damage. Even some of these students may not get where to go because of the statement. So you need to talk a lot, you need to explain a lot to clean what was put in the press, that the programs are expired. That one, Dr. Nyait, I think you will take the message. You help us, because we are getting, for us we get about 25% of the foreign students. But this year I don't think that we shall make 10%. Unless National Council does a lot of talking, that's when those students will come. So National Council, I request you that you do a lot of talking to clean the image in the public. Now, staff of Kampala International, I'm going to thank the staff of Kampala. Last time, 2 days ago when we were inaugurating the Chancellor, I thanked the staff of Kampala International University. We went through, it's called a wave. We went through a wave of COVID. This wave of COVID, I think, if you look at private universities, I think we are the ones who continued there, moving, and some of the staff, because we were paying 50% for about 1.5 years. And some of the staff, I think they jumped off of the wagon. But I will thank the management headed by Professor Mpeza and your staff, because they were very patient, and I will thank you for that, for the work done. During the hard time you continued working, yet we had a lot of problems financially. Thank you very much. Donors, I don't know whether here there are donors that you invited. Donors, I will thank the donors. The donors, all the donors in any kind, including government giving us some specialists in those teaching sites. including government of Nigeria, including NOFIC, including all donors that who have been supporting us, especially on research and training our staff. Lastly, is of course to thank the parents. The parents, I think students, you need to clap for your parents. Because a student who is here, who was doing 3 years, in 20th of March, when they closed, he was in first year. Now these parents, without working, they continued paying for your fees. Some of you who are not on scholarship. So parents, clap for yourselves, and also students, you clap for them, because they've done a great job during this hard time. I don't want to speak more than that because the time is against us. Madam Vice President, the Minister of Lands, I will thank you for coming, because we don't want to take it for granted that you should come, or you would have even said no. I am busy, I'll come another time. Thank you very much for coming, for attending, and coming to attend this graduation. And we thank our government. You people, we also need to thank our president and pray for him, because I hear that he's having COVID. Because he has given us a very good environment to do our work. Our work, and the nation is going on, is on the right track. Although, Madam Vice President, this financial year, the citizens have suffered because government is not paying its obligations in time. So my request to you is next financial year, I wish this can be improved. Thank you very much, students, parents, and all the best back to your homes. Thank you.
I think we should give another round of applause to RG Dr. Wasaja Baraba for the great insights. Those who might miss some of these speeches, they are carried in the graduation booklet. The Chairman Board of Trustees has been very elaborate on a wider spectrum of the university, but it was important for you also to know that the university is growing to greater heights. I thought I would introduce Dr. Onyaiti, representing the ED of the National Council of Higher Education. Just even when he has been mentioned in passing, yes, we are grateful to host you here, and that the public knows National Council and KIU are working in tandem. Haji Sulaiman Kasegu Kawase is here also, the CEO of SMK Foundation, who are working with us. Please, we welcome you. We're happy to host you. I saw, I think Haji Jafar Wasaja Baraba, the chairman LOC5 of Bushenyi District. Please, you're welcome. Please, I beg for your indulgence. Mr. Chancellor, sir, we should be hosting the students of the Somali students for a brief entertainment. Are they ready? Because we want you here on the red carpet. Thank you very much. Please give them a round of applause. There will be time for you to come back on the stage, don't worry. But thank you. That's a good show. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in some institutions, people are hired to entertain. You say we want a soga dance, and some people are hired to just give you. But here in Kampala International University, it is those same countries. That is Somalia. These are students from Somalia. There's another group that will come that will also present 2 or 3 groups every graduation to create equity. But thank you. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to invite you to address this congregation. Please, let's receive the Chancellor with a round of applause.
The Chief Guest, Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Jessica Epelu Alupo, represented here today by Honorable Judith Nabakoba, Minister of Lands of the Government of Uganda, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Members of Parliament, Chairman and members of the Board of Trustees, Chairperson and members of Council, VC and your management, ladies and gentlemen in your various capacities, all protocols observed, good morning. Mwasuze mutiano, habari za asubuhi. It is my singular honor and pleasure as the Chancellor of the Kampala International University to welcome you all to the 27th graduation and awards ceremony, which is being held today, the 17th of June 2023. I wish to extend a very special and warm welcome to our chief guest, represented here today by Honorable Judith. The chief guest, Her Excellency, the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Epelu Alupo, we thank you very much for accepting our invitation and honoring us with your presence represented here today. Let me also use this opportunity to congratulate you for your appointment as the Vice President of Uganda. You are a model to many women, ladies and young girls who look up to you to get the motivation to work hard and achieve success in their own merit. Our chief guest, as you may already know, I'm a Tanzanian national who has been given this privilege to serve as the Chancellor of KIU, a renowned university in Uganda. I don't take this for granted and instead greatly thank Alhaji Dr. Hassan Basajabalaba, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and the entire Board of Trustees for selecting me through a rigorous process, as we have been informed. It is indeed a great honor for which I will do my best to ensure that I propel this university to the greatest heights possible. I would like to pay tribute to the outgoing Chancellor, Professor Mahmoud Mamdani, for the contributions he has made to this university during his time. I can only imagine the sacrifices he made, especially he was Chancellor during the most difficult time of the COVID-19 lockdown. We wish him all the best as a global scholar, academic, and a former colleague at the University of Dar es Salaam. In serving this role as Chancellor, I will exploit all opportunities of the cordial relationship between Uganda and Tanzania in particular, and the East African region as a whole. As a Tanzanian, it gives me great pleasure to serve as the Chancellor because that is a testament to the excellent relations between our two nations. Indeed, Tanzania and Uganda enjoy warm, cordial, and fraternal relations which go way back. As your Chancellor, I consider it my solemn duty to cultivate that relationship further for our mutual benefit. Here is to many more years of advantageous regional cooperation between Tanzania and Uganda. And here comes the rain. As an academic and fellow East African, I've always taken a keen interest in the latest developments in this university. I'm pleased to note that Kampala International and that it now boasts a student population of over 25,000 from 23 countries worldwide. Despite the challenges of establishing an international institution, you have gracefully embraced the undertaking, and I look forward to contributing where possible in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, and our graduates, it is my firm belief that an institution like Kampala International University needs to play a critical role in investing resources to find practical solutions for the problems facing our society. I also believe universities should take a leading role in nurturing mutually beneficial partnerships with other key stakeholders like the government and international organizations for the broader benefit of the society as a whole. To my understanding, the university has been particularly exemplary in this regard, largely through the efforts of the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Hassan Basabaraba. I'm proud to be joining such an industrious and ambitious team, and I hereby pledge my full support as we continue to take this university to even greater heights. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is changing rapidly, and unsurprisingly, the new higher education landscape has put universities at the forefront of innovation and technology. I believe this is the space where the university should be focused as emerging technologies like robotics and artificial intelligence expand to continue expand the global economy and revolutionize various sectors. As a chancellor, I'll make sure that the university keeps pace with the latest developments in innovations in science and technology, and to nurture young scientists who will make Africa proud. After all, university's mission is to strive for excellence, and with hard work and consistency, I believe we shall achieve our goals. We shall achieve the goal that was very well articulated by the chairperson of the Board of Trustees. And as the Luganda saying goes, Akwata empola atuka wala. He who takes things slowly with steady efforts will go far, and we believe we will go far and we can go far. Allow me to congratulate you, the graduates, in this 27th ceremony of KIU. You are the reason we are gathered here today to celebrate your achievement. Thank you for the hard work, endurance, and patience. This gives me the confidence to believe that your stay at KIU has not been a waste of time, but a lasting and indelible positive impression of you. This is the site for you into better and resourceful persons. Start in your own humble circumstances and grow in the years ahead. Thank you all in peaceful celebration. So don't run away from these blessings. Thank you.
We thank God for your blessings, because this is one of the few graduations where we have had some drizzles, but that's a blessing and welcoming you into that position. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it's understood that everyone is seated under a tent, by and large. But I beg for your indulgence that the group that was going to give the entertainment now may delay to give it and give it at a better time, which we shall announce then. If that's acceptable, sir, then she will address us from where she is. You'll be able to see her, or you'll see her fully. Our chief guest, Her Excellency, the Vice President, is ably represented by the Honorable Judith Nabakova, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Planning. I would like to invite her now to give her address to the congregation, but she will be able to speak from where she is, as you can also understand. Madam Guest of Honor, you are welcome.
Let them bring the other one. Let them bring them. The Chancellor of KIU, invited guests, honorable members of Parliament, represented by Honorable Mawanda, Chairman and members of Board of Trustees, Chairperson and members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor of Kampala International University, Vice Chancellors of other universities, Deputy Vice Chancellors and other members of KIU, management and staff of KIU, Your Excellency, the President and the Executive, the alumni of Kampala International University. It is indeed a great honor for me to stand before you and represent Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Major Retired Jessica Alupo, who has not been in position to be here with you due to other national duties. And she has sent her warm regards to everybody, and please accept. Allow me, before I read her speech, to say a few things. Chair, Board of Trustees, I want to thank in a special way the government of Uganda, under His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for having opened up the space for private universities to also operate. Because previously we had only one,
but now we have several, and we are seeing the benefits created by these institutions in as far as national development, but also education sector is concerned. So we thank you so much for this endeavor. And I want to thank you members who have been praying for our dear president to get well soon. You got the information that he got COVID, but he's recovering, and we are with him virtually during the budget day. So continue praying for him to recover fully, because we want to see him executing his roles as the President of the Republic of Uganda. Then on a sad note, allow me to send sympathies evening. The ones in Kasese where ADF attacked a secondary school. May we keep quiet for 1 minute in memory of those innocent children who perished last evening. They were killed brutally, others taken, so it is indeed pathetic and it is regrettable. May their souls rest in eternal peace. On a sad note, also we lost one of our justices, Justice Stella Arach. Amoko, may her soul rest in eternal peace. Chair, Board of Trustees, your concerns, I have taken note of your concerns, and I want to assure you that they are going to be delivered to Her Excellency, the Vice President, regarding the grants and other related issues. Possible, Totume, Westukide, your message is going to be delivered. Now allow me to go back to the message of my boss. I salute you and thank you for honoring the invitation to this great occasion where I'm officiating as a chief guest. I'm exceedingly humbled to be here at Kampala International University for the very first time as the chief guest since I was appointed the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda by His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I'm here today, Saturday, 13th June 2023, to officiate at the 27th graduation and awards ceremony. I want to thank the Chairman, Board of Trustees, the Chancellor, the University Council, the KIU management team, led by the Vice Chancellor, for identifying me to be the chief guest to this occasion. I wish to congratulate the university for the great transformation in the past decade. I'm privy to the fact that a lot of investment in infrastructure, human resources, global partnerships, and collaborations have been made by the founders of the university, led by Honorable Haji Dr. Hassan Basajjabalaba, to whom I request we applaud. Can we clap? Thank you so much. His efforts have resulted into significant transformation of the university. As you may recall, all are already aware, I served as a Minister of Education and Sports for several years, and higher education, where KIU is, was under the same ministry. I'm thus witnessing the journey KIU has made so far. On behalf of the government of Uganda and on my own behalf, I salute KIU for demonstrating that private higher education provision can work. This is in line with the liberalization policy of higher education that was started by the government of NRM, for which we are grateful to His Excellency General President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Government will continue to support private institutions as well as public ones to ensure quality provision of education services. I recall the words of His Excellency the President when he presided over a similar function in June 2018 and stated that Mr. Wasajja Balaba is a hero because he defied all odds by being successful in operating a private university against doubting people who thought that the university would not fulfill the expectations of the public. So congratulations. Here we are witnessing university rankings putting KIU as number 2 overall and the lead private university in Uganda. KIU has crossed borders and is a reflection of a true East African university by establishing another KIU in Tanzania and an upcoming one in Kenya. KIU has become one of the best private institutions we have in the country that has contributed to human capital development of not only Ugandans, but also other neighboring countries like Somalia, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, and many more, and bringing together both staff and students from over 23 countries around the world. Apart from teaching and research by the university, the KIU Board of Trustees has for many years been offering bursaries and many forms of scholarships without discrimination in race, tribe, religion, or gender. Many Ugandans and non-Ugandans so have recently created unnecessary uncertainty and concerns among students, parents, employers, and institutions of higher education, namely the placement of medical interns and the delay for deployment. Then the second is the academic programs that have been explained by the previous speakers, but also the Attorney General guided the country on that, and I think it is now a gone case. You need to make sure that at least you continue with your work. I think it was misinformation that was shared and created a lot of uncertainties, but we hope that since now the message was cleared by the Attorney General, you may still go ahead to make sure that you explain to whoever it wants an explanation from you. In addressing the first issue of placement of medical interns and senior house officers, that is Masters of Medicine postgraduate students, with our stakeholders are ongoing. We are hopeful an amicable and sustainable solution will soon be reached. The second issue has already been talked about, and we said it was wrong use of technologies. Then I call upon the graduates, current students, and prospective ones to carry on with their academic studies and plans without any fear. An appreciation, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to appreciate the outgoing Chancellor, Professor Hamu, his dedicated service as the third Chancellor of Kampala International University. In the same vein, I welcome the fourth Chancellor, Professor Yusuf Daud Mugaya, and thank him for accepting to serve one of the most vibrant and dynamic institutions in the country, and spearheaded by leaders foster development and positive transformation of any institution in line with the agenda of government. I would also like to appreciate the outgoing University Council Chairperson, Professor Fred Wabwire, for steering the Council for the time he served, and also welcome the new Chairperson, Professor Maud Kamatenes, of the renowned women scientists in Uganda and beyond. You are indeed welcome to perform that new role. I want to recognize the efforts of Professor Pezamihigo, the Vice Chancellor, and his team for doing a great job. I'm not surprised about the progress of the university because your Vice Chancellor and his team have brought on board great experiences, himself having served for 10 years as a member of the National Council for Higher Education and still serves in different aspects in other government and non-government agencies. So thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, and keep it up. As you are already aware, the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, is now providing universities and other organizations to come up with inventions and innovations that will address societal needs. I urge the KIU management to take advantage of these opportunities, particularly in supporting your Center of Excellence in Entrepreneurship and Innovation, as has been mentioned by the VC. I'm happy to note the university continues to participate in the National Science Week exhibitions and seeking collaborations and partnerships at national, regional, international levels so as to enhance benchmarking to help the university to enhance our research and innovation portfolio. Please exploit all the available opportunities for the benefit of the university and its beneficiaries, students, parents, employers, and other stakeholders. To the graduates, today KIU releases yet another batch of graduates into the world of work in the most difficult of times, given the economic hardship resulting from the recent long lockdown and generally tough times of national and global economies. We are hopeful that what the graduates have acquired at KIU will be the springboard of their success in the years to come. I call upon all the graduates to consider their achievement today as a starting point to get themselves to the next level. For example, if you undertook certificate, then think of how you will advance it to a degree level or beyond. And the same applies to those who will be awarded with PhDs, who should think of how they will contribute to the new knowledge, pursue postdoctoral programs, further their research, and ask from their PhD work, and come up with different innovations in order to remain relevant in society. I would like to remind all our guests today that persons of the age including here in Uganda, where you recently saw young scientists who were part of the design team to launch Uganda's first satellite. work unto the world for God and my country.
In the Ministry of Lands, and you are the one who used to clap for her speech, you will be in your trouble. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Mr. Chancellor, sir, with your indulgence, yes, we will take a health break for people to freshen up, and then we start the formal function in about 10 minutes. We'll take a break of about 10 minutes, for a health break for about 10 minutes, and then when we reconvene, we start the formal function. I will ask the band to take up from there, but still, as we take the break, I need to announce that the guest of honor will take her leave shortly. Those who want to take pictures with her, if you don't grab the opportunity in the break, it might be a bit late. Thank you. The band, please.
patients, the equipment, it's very advanced. It's state of art, like when you compare most of the institutions.
Dental surgery is a fun mix of medicine, artistry, engineering, all combined into one. It's an exciting experience because KIU has a very good case mix, and we have referrals from all over. So as a student, I get to see cases that I wouldn't see normally in a lot of other facilities. So it gives an excellent learning experience. The beautiful case mix also gives us the chance to practice early, so that by the time I'm an intern, I'm much equipped to handle most of the conditions that I'll see.
The experience has been wonderful and challenging as well. Like I was practicing and come back to school, it was not easy. But so far I really appreciate this place. Like we are really exposed to a number of patients, the equipment, it's very advanced. It's state of art. Like when you compare most of the institutions, this place is so nice. Like when I compare back home, I can really say this place I'm going to require some special better farm. Like when I go back home, I'm really going to bring a difference on the ground.
We have the condition to teach all the specialties. Mainly, we have 4 main departments. One department is restorative dentistry. The other department is northeast sciences. The other department is orthodontics, periodontics, and finally we have periodontics, and lastly, maxillofacial surgery department. All are involving all specialties needed for those students who develop the skills and develop all the knowledge, and when they go out, they go after graduating, they are going to be capable to give very good service to the population.
Dental surgery is a fun mix of medicine, artistry, engineering, all combined into one. It's an exciting experience because KIU has a very good case mix, and we have referrals from all over. So as a student, I get to see cases that I wouldn't see normally in a lot of other facilities. So it gives an excellent learning experience. The beautiful case mix also gives us the chance to practice early, so that by the time I'm an intern, I'm much equipped to handle most of the conditions that I'll see.
The experience has been wonderful and challenging as well. Like I was practicing and come back to school, it was not easy. But so far I really appreciate this place. Like we are really exposed to a number of patients, the equipment, it's very advanced. It's state of art. Like when you compare most of the institutions, this place is so nice. Like when I compare back home, I can really say this place I'm going to require some special better farm. Like when I go back home, I'm really going to bring a difference on the ground.
We have the condition to teach all the specialties. Mainly, we have 4 main departments. One department is restorative dentistry. The other department is northeast sciences. The other department is orthodontics, periodontics, and finally we have periodontics, and lastly, maxillofacial surgery department. All are involving all specialties needed for those students who develop the skills and develop all the knowledge, and when they go out, they go after graduating, they are going to be capable to give very good service to the population of every country. We are capable to manufacture all kinds of dentures and even orthodontic appliances, from removable orthodontic appliances to orthopedic orthodontic appliances. In the case of orthodontic, we have capacity to manufacture all kinds of removable dentures, including metallic dentures and fixed dentures, and in the future we'll develop even implantology.
This is a modern facility that is just starting, and I'm impressed with the kind of facilities that the university has managed to assemble. I believe it's going to, the students who are going to come out from this institution will be able to replicate the kind of knowledge that they've received here to the various parking stations. We have 6 state-of-the-art phantom heads, which are basically going to help in the training of the students who will be coming to this institution. and that is a plus to them. And I've also seen a lab, and I'm sure the prosthodontics will be excited to actually see that we have a functional lab that is going to enable the students do a lot more.
We are going to link with all the community leaders, and even we are planning to work with the schools. We are planning to do preventive programs to improve the oral health of Uganda population. And at the same time, they will get that background, the students will get that background to even improve the oral health in different countries like East African countries and even beyond that area.
Number of patients, the equipment, it's very advanced. It's state of our patients, the equipment, it's very advanced. It's state of art, like when you compare most of the institutions.
Dental surgery is a fun mix of medicine, artistry, engineering.
items, just come forward and receive your certificate. I have a co-MC working with this architect, Immaculate. I want you to have voice as she kangaroos through the first stint. When you're doing this, please step forward quickly, check the hand of the EVC Academic Affairs, and then you receive your certificate. Come closer. I think use this one.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. And as I read your name, I kindly request that you step forward for recognition for these other students who have excelled way beyond the rest. And so we want to recognize your presence. Ayebare Amos, please step forward. Mugabe Anton, step forward. Dang William Anay.
Please, cameraman, this is the room for you to work. Don't fear the rain.
Dang William Anay, kindly support. Okay. Coco Ismail. Katumba Patrick. Barire Penina, step forward. Team Godwill Besemese. Omunyokole John Robert. Akwale Rachel. Kembabazi Eunice. Musimenta Molly. Mangeni Ronald, step forward. Chita Arthur. Tulia Sigura Penina. Mutesi Rita. Amanya Henry. Amanya Henry. Atwanjiri Hilda. Nagasha Princess. Aturinda Ronald. Aturinda. Nsimire Mirindi. Namatovu Uzamura, wherever you are, step forward, please. Sir Chancellor, sir, those are students who have excelled way beyond the others with first classes in their programs. Thank you.
Congratulations, the first class graduating class. And for the parents, if your son or daughter said he has first class and the name has not